tonight I'm going to go to spend some time just painting. And I'm going to be painting and just talking to you as I do it. And what I'm going to do, my main topic and point of painting tonight will be to emphasize some of this mask right here, as you can see. This mask right here is a masking tape mask that I made. I made it during a Kwanzaa class I taught in the Lewis Latimer House, passed in December 20th of this year, or December 18th. December 18th. Anyway, long story short, what I'm saying is that this was one of the things that I was able to work on and make. And so what I'm going to be doing, the treat tonight will be, I'm going to go ahead and paint some of this mask. But I'm going to paint it into the colors of my home country. See, my home country, I'm from the island of Dominica. And what I'm going to do is sort of find my mask. Here it is. This is the colors I'm going to use to paint. Because, as you can see, is this is the colors. But I'll turn the lights on so you can see better. This is the colors of my home country. I'm originally born in the island of Dominica, not Dominican Republic, but Dominica between the island of Martinique and Guadeloupe. And so I'm from a different country. Yes, I am. I became a citizen. When I was 11 years old. Pretty much my family, they went through the whole nationalization process at the time, and I became a citizen when I was 11 years old. So anyway, we migrated here back many years ago, and what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to use my flag, my home country flag, to paint some of these really nice colors. And I like the way it is here with the colors, so I'm going to kind of walk you through as I go through it and give you some insight that we can apply so that we are painting and adding some value and beautiful colors to artwork. I love art. I think art is one of the best things. I had a teacher, shout out to my teacher from junior high school. Her name was, should I even say her name? I guess you should, right? It was Miss Ross. She was my art teacher, and so her work was really cool. She taught me a lot about the beauty of art, and ever since then, I've always been an art connoisseur. I kind of had it on the side burner for a long time, but what I ended up doing was that I decided to just go ahead and get into art when I got later into my life because I found that art was really wonderful. So, the types of paints we're going to be using today, let me go see you make this as good as possible for you. I'll talk to you more about my teacher. Move this out of the way a little bit here. It's a little bit of thing, this is the thing that holds up my phone when I hold it in the car. What I have here for you is my desktop I'll be working on. And I'm going to raise the camera this way with this here. Yeah, this is kind of a dark space here, so I can move this. Alright, cool. So you have the full view. It turns it this way so I can actually be in the camera too. You have my hands. And so what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and paint this thing. Now, it has been Mod Podge, it's been heat sealed, and pretty much it's all one side. There's no Mod Podge that you can see, so you can see the tape. And here's when you can see the glossiness of the Mod Podge. This is the best part about masking tape art, is that it holds the shape very well. I did a work yesterday, and this was what I did yesterday. I was trying to make this from one of the workers from Finn Jackson, and what I did was that I was able to make this cool design. I put a little bit of Mod Podge on it, and so it still holds the shape, and it's pretty cool, pretty significant. I might continue to work with this, but right now it's going to go do this right here. So what we're going to do today, we're going to go ahead and paint this mask, and the colors we're going to go ahead and use are, bring it for the forefront, because the Dominican flag has these colors. You have several colors there. You have green, you have white, you have black, you have yellow, and you have red, and then also purple, which is like a light lavender. It's one of the only flags that have purple in it, and it's Dominican flag. The Commonwealth of Dominica was once part of the British rule, and it became independent in the same year I was born, in 1978. November 2nd. November 2nd, or November 3rd, the independence from the British. So, here we go. Let's go ahead and set this up. Let's get our paintbrushes, and let's go and start this party. Let's do this. Find the brushes. Alright, let's see if there's any more brushes that I have that I can use. Put all the brushes on the other side. Let me walk around this thing here. Yes, all my favorite brushes are here. I'm going to drain this out. Just wondering, yes, I am in my kitchen. Okay, cool. I'll turn my kitchen into my studio. To much to the chagrin of my wife, she liked the kitchen is for food, but you know, the kitchen is for food, and cooking also is art, my friend. It really is. So, what shall we do? Let's go ahead and start this up. Without much further ado, let's go ahead and do this, and let's get this going. So you have yourselves green. The question is, how do you want to paint this? How do I want to make this? Do I want to follow the lines? Do I want to do the Kwanzaa mask? I want to just do the colors like this. Because on the top I still have the Kwanzaa candles, you know? I can make half of it the Kwanzaa and the rest could be the mask of the Dominica mask. I just do it like this. Black, yellow, gold, green, black. Okay, I do that. Let's try it that way. Okay, let's do it that way. Okay, so we'll do this. Okay, green, black, white. People might think it's Jamaican colors, but alright, let's start make the red aspect like this. Red like this. Okay, let's give it a shot, shall we? Alright, so we have red. Okay, looking at this one one's pink, rose. That's pretty close. We have, this one's orange. This one here is yellow. So we have yellow, orange, green, black. Black is black. So, but because black is black, I don't want to mess with the colors too bad to where it's like it doesn't become the colors anymore. So let's go ahead and just switch off this thing here real quick. Turn this off. I'll turn my black light in the background for a little bit. Let that jammy save. Okay, so we're going to do it. Let's just stop talking and just start working. How's that? Okay, sounds good. Alright, cool. Let's go. So let's make the nose black. Let's make the mouth red. This is going to be kind of difficult. Maybe I should do it the other way. I should do it this way. Do it this way. Go up with it. Face. Okay, let's try it that way. Let's go red face first. I went to Dominica when I was born there, yes, but then I went back several times when I was, I think, 7, or I think maybe 5 or 7. Can't remember now the details. I'll try and remember. I went in 85. I went back in 87, 89, and then I went in 1991. I haven't been there in such a long time. I went there 3 times. And when I went there in 91, it was significant because I was about, I guess, 12 years old at the time, and I learned a lot then. I went to camp, and they called me a fat American. Never forget that. I was considered a fat American because I was, I guess, 12 years old and plump. So kind of going through the whole puberty thing. And pretty much I went there with my dad. Dad and I went there. And as we were there, I saw my first rainbow, first full rainbow, like in the sky. And it was actually a full circle rainbow. That in of itself was very important, very significant to me, because I had never seen one completely above the earth before. I was always the ones you always see underneath when you're underground, and so because you see the ones on the ground, you never quite see the the effects of it all until you're just kind of So when you're above the earth, you see it differently than what it is when you're underneath it. So, so that was something there for me that I thought was pretty significant to see that. It was my dad and I went there. My dad, he has a house there, and pretty much this house I was born in. I was actually born in a house, and when I was small, we came to live here in the United States, and I learned a lot about just what life, just kind of going through that experience. Because imagine that being from a really nice country that's really beautiful, and then you get moved to America, and America is an interesting country in and of itself because there's so many things that you learn, but then you realize that you're not from the country. So, if anything, when you're from another country like Dominica, you are actually of training from the British training, so your training is actually more European. Now, I did go to school here. I did, and so because I went to school here, my training is that of American, like a New York. But my family upbringing was that of the British because Dominica was ruled by the British for all the lives of my family, to the point where my dad, when he learned the language, how to speak the patois, the language there, the people, he was able to speak it. But then as time went on, the British didn't want people speaking that language. They wanted them speaking the language of the people, of the British English, the Queen's English. So people have that accent, that very clear and very distinct Dominican accent. There's not that many Dominicans, by the way. It's just a couple of us. As a matter of fact, I think there's more people in Queens. Actually, way more people in Queens, actually. In Dominica, there's a lot of people who live from Dominica who they migrated up here, and then they continue to live here, and so because of that, there's an aspect where it's like you are there's not that many people. So I always made a joke. I said I wouldn't marry anybody from my home country because I know I'd be marrying my cousin, and so serious. I didn't marry anybody from Dominica. I actually married my wife. She's from Franklin, Indiana, and so she's as far away from Dominica as possible. And so, because like the country, there's only about 70,000 of us, 70,000 to 120,000 of us, which is not that many if you really think about it. Because like I went to school, went to public school. My public school had about 3,000 people in it, and 70,000 to 3,000. That's pretty close, right? Next colors we have is yellow. So I think I'm going to use the glow in the dark yellow. Let's see what it's like glow in the dark. I'm going to use this one here, so make sure my brush is clear. You see, whenever you use things, you should use the bright colors first, and then you move on to the darker colors, because you don't want to, it doesn't really matter at this point, but, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try it with this one and see what it is. I might have to reinforce it with a darker color, but let's just go ahead and give it this as the yellow, right there. And the yellow goes this side. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is glow in the dark yellow, and I'm dying to see what it looks like when I add the paints to it. But let's see if we can do this as quick as we can. Let's turn this here this way so you can see a little bit. You get the yellow and you get the black. The black near in the yellow. And the yellow. The yellow. And this yellow is called yellow. Okay. It's called yellow. And this is a glow in the dark yellow, as well as it's I don't think it's glow in the dark. I think it's just a black light. This will radiate in the black light. I might just put like the blue tinge to the black light one. But it's gonna put the yellow, and then we're gonna put next one after this the green. On the other side, it's the white. So I'm gonna put white glow in the dark paint on the other side. It's gonna not totally look like Dominican colors, but it will. It will. You'll see it when it comes out. I just have this feeling it's gonna come out really nice. Alright, so you have that one. Yellow. Yellow. Alright, so you have that one. Yellow. Let's see how this works out. Just go to it, just do it. Alright, so there. Next one, gonna go on the other side. Actually, we should just go right to green. Go right to green with this one. Let's go to green nitro. It's already in the yellow range. Let's go to green. Green's gonna shine really nicely. I'm gonna put this part green. Yes. Oh yes. So I'm gonna make green too as well. We know this is about the green area here, so that as well. Dab this. I might just start again and just do all the colors like just heavy, because right now it's like it's not. It doesn't. To me, it doesn't look like it's like taking, but I guess we keep trying. We'll see what happens. Take the blue cloth. The FX paint is my favorite paint. It's my favorite paint. It really is. I think the best way to do it is to actually do it directly to the the sculpture before you add Mod Podge. It's kind of the way I think it works best. Because if you don't, what happens is you might have a thing where it just kind of bounces right off. It might bounce right off. Kind of how it is right now. It's not absorbing into it. It's kind of like color in it, but it's just not going into it. So here you got, these are the colors so far. Alright, let's see what we have. Let me just kind of go through and use up all the paint on my brush. Make sure I use all the paint on my brush. It kind of like absorbs the color, but doesn't like take the color in. It's like it's just kind of glaze, like a glaze on top, as opposed to like, a saturation. I think it's like one of those things where it's like it kind of just goes onto it, but not into it, And that's the thing, that's the difference between where you want to be and what's going on. Alright, so this part here, I'm going to make it white. Alright. I'm thinking that maybe I might have to actually go back in and give it more of the blood colors, But for the most part, let me seal this up right here real quick. Because when you have it like that, definitely, you don't quite get it. It's like it's not as shiny as I'd like it to be, or thick. It's like it needs to be thickened. So next one I'm going to do is put the white around this one here, and add the nitro glow for that. So what I'm doing, I'm actually making my home country's flag, Dominica, into a face mask. So okay, this one I didn't open it. Here, this one is already open. This one's closed. Well, you know what? This screen might be well, yeah, let's see what we have. Okay, so we have this one, and this is the FX paint that we're talking about. This is the FX paint. So we're going to take this here, going to paint it so it's going to be acrylic. Right. Mm-hmm. See, it's just kind of bouncing off. It's not absorbing like I want it to. So this is a glow in dark. It's FX paint, and it's not diving in like I'd like. But you know what? We have to do what we can. We have to do what we can. So let's do what we can. All right. So Dominica, you have on one side is yellow, white, and yellow, white, black, and the pink. Green on both sides. Sides. Set this one here. Okay, here's this. Alright, so this is almost done in 10 more minutes before our 30-minute challenge is complete. So let's see, 30-minute challenge. Let me tell you a quick story in 10 minutes while I'm focusing on this here. Let's see, what's a quick story I can tell you. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a paleontologist. Why? Because I thought dinosaurs were really cool. I like dinosaurs. I still like dinosaurs, but it's changed for me a lot since I've grown up. When I was a certain age, I had a trouble trying to figure out how does the Bible work with dinosaurs, because you have this scenario where you have this thing called 65 million years ago, right? And then you have this thing where the Bible talks about the 6 days of creation. And, it's just God in his wisdom allowed me to meet people who knew how to answer the question. Because up until then, the question really wasn't a question. I just believed what the scientists told me. And they said this, but I also had a dilemma. I wasn't sure exactly how it all worked together. Because when you really think about it, you actually do have a problem. Because you can't have both 65 million years, and you can't have 6 days of creation work together. They don't work together. They're mutually exclusive. It's kind of like you can't be married and having a girlfriend at the same time, kind of thing. You only are married and you can't have a girlfriend, or your girlfriend and you're not married. That's kind of how it is. Once you get married, you're married to your wife who was once your girlfriend. Long story short, it's you can't have both. Right? Those who try to have both end up in trouble or dead. So for the most part, though, when you have this scenario, and you're facing this thing, you're kind of put in a situation where the Bible says God created the world in 6 days, and also it says that in the first day he created, let there be light, and then there was light. Next day he separated the light from the dark, the first day. Second day he created the firmament, the waters above and the waters below. That was always something interesting that blew my mind. Because I was like, how in the world? The day 3 he created, believe it or not, the fruit trees. No, it actually created land and fruit tree, yes. And the second, third day. And the fourth day, he created the sun, moon, and stars. Right? So that's where it makes it kind of interesting, because how you having the sun, moon, and stars be created on the fourth day when let there be light was the first day. So I had to kind of think about that for a while, and I didn't think about that. It was actually one of those things, just kind of just accept it and just kind of move on. I was reading a lot of things, but I never thought about the whole thing with the shape of the Earth. And it wasn't later till when I became a flat earther that I started really thinking about like just how awesome God's creation is in terms of like He made the sun, moon, and stars for us. The sun, moon, and stars are they're like the faces on a clock, like the minute hand, the hour hand, and the second hand. And the sun is like the second hand. The moon is like the hour hand or the minute hand, and then the stars are like the hour hand. It shows you what let's see let's go. The sun shows you the day. No, the moon shows you the day. The time of day is the sun. The moon is like the second hand. The moon shows you what day it is, right? Out of the 28-month cycle, 28-day cycle, and then the stars show you what month it is. And so it's pretty cool. It's like hours on the clock. And so that's how we would know what day and time and also the seasons, what to expect. And the things that happen in the sky don't reflect what happens on the earth. At first, I was just baffled by that. I thought maybe there was something to it. But then I learned later that no, what happens in the sky does not affect what happens on the earth, you know? And so I'm going to paint the Kwanzaa candles on top, because it's like, this is kind of like a couple of things here. So you have the Dominican flag, and you have the candles from Kwanzaa, each one representing different things. We're going to go ahead and just kind of paint that, because this was originally a Kwanzaa mask. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that up. Next one, I'm going to use red, because there's red on one side and green on the other. I'm going to use the dark colors on this, because this is like blood red. And it's Kwanzaa, and the colors go, oh goodness, I just put the thing down, so that has to stay there. It's this one, so it goes the red, and then it's green on the other side. Starts off with these on this side, and it works its way around. So red. You see how nice and red that is? This is such a nice red. It's called this, I think it's called blood red. This one's called bloodline. Okay. The bloodline struggle. So this one's there. Red. Okay, this one. Alright, that's red. Then you have on the other side the green. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna use the thick green. I'm gonna use the thing right, so it'll be the thick green. We use more black here, so I kind of like left it, so I'm gonna go over that side and do green with the green. So this is kind of working out pretty good. How much time I got left? I got another 3 minutes. Okay, let's see how fast I can do this. Okay, let's do this green. And we're going to go ahead and finish this up, and then we're going to hit it with the black light to let you see what it looks like. You know, green and red together makes brown. And too much red makes a deeper brown. Too much green makes a muddy brown. So let's go ahead here, green. See this green? Oh, this is the green I should have used. It's like Dominica green. Okay, so green. See, you're gonna have the contrast with it when you see it. Green. Green. Oh, cool. This is so cool. This is so cool. All right, let's go take it like this and just paint the green. Green. And check the sides. You gotta actually rotate it when you do this. Make sure that when you paint on one side, you take it and you flip it. You go to the other side. Tweet. Right here. There. Okay, good. You have this there. I have this. Okay. I just want to just give this a good green, but I can't at this point. Let me just go ahead and finish up the black. Make sure the green is good on all sides. Okay. This is free. I like these brushes, by the way. If anyone wants to give me a donation of those to get more money for a brush like this, I love these brushes. They're so nice and perfect. I think they're called Artist Loft. Yep, Artist Loft brushes. They're so good. Oh my goodness. Okay, so, and let's see. We're gonna add the black. Finish up the black. I'm gonna just kind of maybe continue on with. No, I'm gonna leave that there. I'm just gonna do this here. Right here, make this perfectly good, and there, and go right there with this. I'm just gonna there, and there, and there, and there. Okay, and just that, and that. Yes, 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 perfect. Very good, very, very good. Okay, so we have just a couple more seconds on the clock. Okay, so now it's actually 30 minutes. We've been at this for 30 minutes. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and hit it with a black light and let you see what it looks like, okay? So just finish up the bottom, and I have to kind of just rotate it from the underneath Okay, ready? So we're gonna turn on the black lights now. I'm gonna turn it on and let's just see what it looks like, okay? Because I'm dying to see it too as well. I'm just gonna make sure I get the black paint here. Okay, and then we're gonna call it a night. So thank everybody for watching, and those who watched, those who paid attention and gave feedback. Just pretty much just want to thank you for that. I would be nowhere without my subscribers. You know, this YouTube journey, I've been on it for a while actually. I started back in 2007 is when I started my YouTube journey. I really didn't put much into it, but what I did was that I really started to emphasize back in 2018. That's when I got my car and started putting some serious videos and things like that. So here we go. This is let's go ahead and hit with the black light, see what happens. Okay, so the black light now it's on. Here's this. Okay, turn the lights and see what we got. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. This looks so cool. Why do people? This is so cool. Okay, I definitely have to give it some more colors and stuff. Can you see this? Can you all see this? I hope it didn't freeze up. It did freeze up. Oh, this is such a cool thing. Unfortunately, this is a cool design. All right. I have to go back and just kind of give. I don't want to wreck it in any way, but this is like a really cool design looking thing. Did it come back? No, I don't think it came back. Maybe it did. No, didn't. Not yet. Okay, so let's see what I have. This is cool. Alright, I wonder if you guys can see it. I think it's frozen up on my side, so I can't really see anything. But this is cool. I want to do some more cool designs on this thing here. I like this. This is great. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and stop it here because I said it would be 30 minutes, and so 30 minutes it is. Just want to say thank you so much for paying attention and for watching, and for watching my channel. I wish you all the best, and God bless you. Have a good night. Please like and subscribe.